All right, hello and welcome to Fall 2019 GRLCS Gold Division, and it's going to be our second quarterfinal of the week. We have KAIJU Gang versus FF15, please. Is me, Darren Markhames, win here with Legion, ready to cast your game.
We sure are, and already we're into the pick ban phase. The Gragas taken away, played by both junglers on the split. They just don't want to see it from the side of KAIJU Gang, and the Shen reply to ban out one of Fox's best champions.
In the top lane pool really being thinned here as the Maokai is taken away from Holy here, one of his most played champions of the split, as well as the Shen taken away from Fox and the Gnar, and that's gotta hurt. Two of his most played picks this split, and now that he's off of those two picks, perhaps we'll see the Poppy that we saw against Return of the Middlesticks this past week.
Yeah, I would expect him to return to this pick. If it is banned away, then we will probably see something new. Actually, out of Fox, most of those picks, save for one Aurelia game at the very beginning of the split, have been the three champions he plays all of his games out on. Ashe removed from Starfall.
Yeah, Ashe
one of
taken
his
away.
Favorites.
Absolutely, it's one of his favorite picks. Played earlier on the split, but not so much lately. And it's quite surprising to see that Ashe targeted ban because Ashe did get nerfed this patch. 20 more mana on each volley means that Ashe isn't able to spam her volley quite as frequently as before. And finally, the Echo taken away from Tilt Proof. We have the first pick, Jarvan pickup for KAIJU Gang.
And the Jarvan pickup is a double whammy. Godzilla both plays it, and it's Penguin Job's most played champion this split. Definitely his favorite jungler. Not surprising to see Jarvan prioritized so heavily in this draft phase.
Not surprised at all, and taking that pick away from Jarvan might spell disaster as they give away two priority picks in the form of Caitlyn and Morgana. Probably one of the strongest bot lanes that we'll see this series.
Yeah, likely one of the strongest bot lanes currently in the game, actually. It's always been ridiculously powerful in lane. The Xayah going to be the reply out of January, and they will pick up the Rakan as well. So an equally powerful bot lane coming in for the side of KAIJU Gang.
An equally powerful bot lane, but one would argue that Rakan is hard countered by the Morgana because the spell shield just blocks the knockup completely. If Starfall and Boguka aren't both within the circle, then you spell shield just the one target and they don't get knocked up, and then you immediately turn on the Rakan, throw out the Dark Binding. If he gets caught by the Dark Binding, he is one very squishy target, and he cannot just jump back to the Xayah as easily if he's rooted in place. And here we see the Tryndamere pickup for FF15, please, and this is very surprising. I don't think we've seen this once this split.
No, this is, I think this is a completely new pick, probably something that they've been saving or practicing specifically just for the quarterfinals matchup. So it's interesting to see how that goes. It is unlikely that Tryndamere is a jungle, but it is a potential flex pick.
Yeah.
They have not seen the top lane yet, banning out the Urgot, really pinching Fox's champ pool here.
Yeah, they are absolutely pushing that pool to the limit, and they ban away the Elise from Penguin Job, really focusing on his early game junglers in the form of Gragas and Elise. And I expect to see one more jungle ban here from KAIJU Gang onto Penguin Job, but the Galio ban away from Tilt Proof, removing that synergy with the Jarvan Cataclysm, is pretty big.
Yeah, it definitely is. Probably was going to be picked up. I wonder if Tilt Proof. I wonder how well Tilt Proof knows the tendencies of Blobby, because taking away the Orianna to use with the Jarvan Cataclysm would be a potential substitute to the Galio.
And we see the Hecarim pick up potentially, and will it be locked in? Yes, it will. One of Penguin Job's most played champions in solo queue. Here we are. We finally get to see the Pony Express for FF15, please.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what this can accomplish for them. Hecarim fairly good at dueling early, actually. Loses out slightly to Jarvan, especially if the flag and drag isn't dodged, but overall, a solid answer to the Jarvan.
And we see the
And
Poppy
we
pick
do
up.
see the Poppy.
Yes, we do see the Poppy for its Fox after his Chample has been pinched, but is that the Yorick hover now? Potentially will be locked in, flexing that Poppy mid or putting the Yorick mid, but we will see. We still
I
have the
don't
ball delivery
expect this to
available.
be there. That's
Yep.
what I expected.
This is exactly what we expect here. The ball delivery for Tilt Proof here with the Orianna having multiple forwards of that ball delivery through the Poppy, through the Rakan, through the Jarvan, and a pretty strong team fight to match with it. And the last pick for FF15, please, is going to be the Syndra counter pick.
That's fairly standard. I kind of expected to see something along those lines into the Orianna. The other option is the Ahri that Blobby has played, but it will be the Syndra. And if I'm looking at this Kaiju Gang comp, I'm kind of scared to team fight, especially in the mid game. You've got the Rakan delivery system for Shockwave. You've got the Jarvan Cataclysm delivery system for Shockwave. You've got the God combo of the Jarvan Cataclysm delivery system for Shockwave into the Quickness Grand Entrance. And anybody standing in that ring when that happens is going to die. It does not matter who you are, except for potentially Holy Tryndamere. Man, literally too angry to die.
Yes, too angry to die, but it seems like FF15 Please has pretty much given away all the picks that Kaiju Gang was looking for, giving them this godlike teamfight comp. And with this teamfight comp, we'll see what they can do. Definitely their big win condition is making sure that there's a lot of damage on the Orianna and the Zion, finding those key picks in the game. However, with the Morgana pickup for FF15 Please, they'll be able to kind of play around that just a little bit, but there's still so many targets on the side of FF15 Please to engage on that maybe just won't matter.
It might not, but the thing that FF15 Please has going for them at this point is that while Kaiju Gang's team fight is very powerful, they've drafted a lot of losing lanes. The Orianna on paper should lose to Syndra. That was the counter matchup that we expected. But you touched on it. Some Rakan mains, myself included, feel differently about the Morgana matchup. But that's more of a solo queue thing, is how you can play around Black Shield. In a game where both bot lanes have communication, Morgana is a better support in lane, and Morgana Caitlyn is definitely a stronger lane than Xayah Rakan is. Xayah Rakan, you can bully out some lanes, but not something with the amount of range and lockdown that you get from a Caitlyn Morgana. So if FF15 Please can get themselves ahead early, then the team fight might not matter as much.
And one of the picks that we have to talk about here for FF15 Please is that Tryndamere. Now, they really targeted its Fox in the draft, banning away 3 of his picks that he's played the split, taking him off a lot of his comfortable champions and putting him on the Poppy, and picking that Tryndamere into that, just blinding the Tryndamere, actually. And he's going to look to be able to push down the side lane and kind of just keeping its Fox in the side lane and taking him away from these team fights. So we'll see if FF15 Please decides to play more of a split push composition and opting for more of that split push win condition than Kaiju Gang with this team fight composition.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like Kaiju Gang have the team fight, but also I'm worried who they're going to send to match Tryndamere. There's a potential that FF15 Please doesn't have to fight team fights at all. They can just split the map up and put Tryndamere in whatever lane he feels most comfortable pushing with his TP up, and send this Syndra into whatever lane the Orianna is holding, and then you 1-3-1 fairly effectively with Caitlyn, Morgana, and Hecarim just sitting in the mid lane, wave clearing for the most part. It also turns into a really nasty siege once you've got those outer towers down and you can put Caitlyn on a tower with a 5 trap line. It's a little bit concerning.
It is a little bit concerning, and we'll see if FF15 Please will be able to execute the Tryndamere pick as a split push entity, and perhaps execute the 1-3-1 as we were talking about as we head into the loading screen.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how well Tryndamere is capable of playing the laning phase.
Yeah, it will be quite surprising because, the Poppy is a bit of a duelist in the early game, able to provide a lot of damage that typically isn't expected. Oh, we are black. Maybe it'll show up soon. Hello, there we are, and we are back into the loading screen. But while we are here, let's go and introduce the lineups. On the blue side, we have KAIJU Gang. In the top lane, we have It's Fox on Lollipoppy. In the jungle, we have Godzilla on Warring Kingdoms Jarvan IV. In the mid lane, we have Tiltproof on Zone Chaos Orianna. In the bot lane, we have January and CRXN on the base skins of Xayah and Rakan.
Yep, and over on the red side, we've got FF15 Please. We've got Holy in the top lane on Chemtech Tryndamere. We've got Penguin Job 818 in the jungle on Hecarim. We've got Blobby in the mid lane on SKT T1 Syndra. We've got X Starfall in the bot lane with Boguka on Luna Wraith, Caitlyn, and Morgana.
Yes, and this will be very exciting. Something that we have touched on is that Caitlyn Morgana, but we haven't really explained why this lane is so strong. Now, if Boguka is able to land a Dark Binding onto either January or CRXN, that's a very easy combo for the Cupcake Trap from Caitlyn, able to combo that together and provide just so much damage as a burst combo. Here we go. All right. Chat, objective timers. All right. There we go, your optimal viewing experience as soon as we load into game, and here we go. And if you're just now tuning in, it is our second Gold Division quarterfinal. We have KAIJU Gang on the blue side versus FF15 Please on the red side. I don't hear my co-caster anymore. This is concerning. Are you here?
Yeah, sorry about that. My league froze and temporarily crashed my PC.
Oh, okay.
But it's a tragedy.
All right.
I think I can still reconnect. So
yes, you might be able to, but we have a bit of an invade here from FF15 Please. They're gonna get spotted out by an excellent ward from January, the superstar ADC of his team, carrying pretty much all of his team's games this split, losing only to, I believe, the top two teams of Mighty Ducks and GSM. And you know, just looking at the playoff standings, they're coming in at 7-2 versus FF15 Please's 4-5. Now, they've only lost to these top teams, so we have to see if they'll be able to perform in the playoffs against this lower seed team. And this lower seed team are definitely the underdogs. FF15 Please making it the playoffs in quite the dominant fashion, actually, over, I believe, GMB, and it was a 19-minute stomp that was shown on stream last split.
Yeah, it definitely was a stomp. I had the pleasure of casting that with GR Meristematic, and FF15 Please looked very dominant in that series, so I'm wondering if they can convert the same success here.
And so looking around the map, we have both junglers starting in bot side, but we have a little bit of a cheese potentially from Godzilla moving into the bot lane, trying to get an advantage for his bot lane here. There's the engage, the knock up onto two members. Fukuka gets ignited, gonna get knocked up, the flag and drag connects, and that's first blood for KAIJU Gang.
Really nice flag and drag flash there from Godzilla. That plus CRXN's ignite, guaranteeing that kill for them.
And some early aggression here onto It's Fox. Holy looking for the solo kill. He has a level advantage, looking almost for the flash, but he's gonna make it to his turret, and It's Fox gonna be pushed back off of this one.
Yeah, it is very scary when you go a level down on Tryndamere and he has full rage. You can't walk up in any way. It feels like no matter what champion you're playing. So we'll see how much Holy is able to continue bullying Poppy in this lane before Poppy can get any items.
So something I'm surprised to see is the Doron Shield pickup for January. It is a favorable matchup for the Caitlyn Morgana. However, it's not really as poke heavy as January may be anticipating. You know, as I speak, he gets poked out by the Tormented Soil, but the Doron Shield might not be the optimal pickup here. Ooh, Penguin Job going low in the jungle. But yeah, as I was saying, the Doron Shield just not the optimal pickup. He needs a little bit more damage in the forms of the Doron's blade. However, with that early gank from Godzilla, he might be able to, you know, abuse having that Doron Shield start and actually be able to match Starfall in damage now that he's a kill up.
Yeah, it definitely isn't necessarily optimal, but when you're worried primarily about just farming out, then being able to ignore Tormented says there's a gank
and we
here.
see a little bit of a gank here. The black shield comes out. Junior going low. Godzilla is here. Does not connect the flag and drag, but it does not matter as Bakuga starts to retreat towards his turret. He does not have flash. The flag and drag coming up soon, but here comes the Pony Express. Comes on the Junior, and that's a trade of kills over to FF15, please. He's going to try to get out. He's going to flash out, but get knocked up. That's a two-member knockup. Penguin Drop's going to go down, and Bakuga slowly sure to follow, and he's barely going to get out by the skin of his teeth.
Ooh, very close there. Penguin Job came in at the nick of time to pick up the kill onto January, but is not able to get out afterwards. Sierra's in with a beautiful grand entrance, knocking up both members. Almost enough to pick up all 3 kills, but it will just be 2 and 1 in favor of KAIJU Gang.
And Godzilla is playing the map so well right now. He's playing around this bot side and actually splitting the map with Penguin Jaw, who's forced now to go up towards the top side and perhaps play around its Fox, who is kind of pushed up without any wards right now. The dragon is spawning soon. It's going to be a mountain dragon. However, he is 2-0-1, perhaps going towards the mid lane right now.
This is definitely going to be a gank. Hitsfox doesn't have mana. He just got hit with the slow. His flash is still up, but he'll probably have to use it.
Yeah, he's going to have to use the flash, but actually that interaction between the Hecarim and the Poppy is he throws up his W and the charge can't connect due to that steadfast presence from the Poppy.
I feel like if he had anticipated that interaction, the flash might not have been necessary. He was still full health despite his mana issues, but he will give more respect.
Just hold that thought. Penguin Job looking for the dive under the turret, and he's going to find it. Tiltproof goes down under his own turret.
Tiltproof caught in the shop there. Definitely didn't flash, didn't barrier, no summoners burned. Does just drop underneath his own tower to the smite charge. They'll actually be able to potentially get a plate off on this. I say that before I see Godzilla walking up to defend the wave.
Yeah, Blobby is now out of mana, gonna go and have to back, but he's gonna pick up a pretty nice back here over Tiltproof. About 5 farm up on him. He's going to pick up that Lost Chapter and the Fairy Charm, allowing to have a lot of mana to be able to shove this wave and potentially get priority for his Hecarim in the jungle.
Yeah, and for a champion that already has a...
just 1 second. It's Fox getting ganked once again. He's going to slow up Holy and get out of this one once more. The control ward is in that river brush, and he's going to have to play a little bit more carefully as Penguin Job's still hanging around the top side.
Yeah, and for a champion that already has a pressure advantage in lane over the Orianna, getting Lost Chapter first before your lane opponent feels really good for Blobby. He has his ult online, he's level 6. If it weren't for the barrier still being online, he might actually look for a solo kill here.
He might actually look for a solo kill, and that's what was surprising about the barrier pickup here, but it does make sense from Blobby. A little bit of a trade here in the top lane. Holy, it has hit level 6. He's not going to activate his ultimate, though. He does not need to, as he just heals up, and it's Fox going to have to respect that. Ooh, a great root onto Starball. He's going to get knocked away, but the black shield does not connect in time. He's going to get knocked up, but the root onto Junior means that a lot of damage is going to come onto him. We see Godzilla in the area. However, Penguin Job coming close for the counter gank, but things are just going to de-escalate for now.
Yeah, if January was potentially either level 5 or had heal up or both, they maybe could have continued there, but going into this level 6, assuming January hits it a little bit later than Starfall, then the advantage should actually tilt back in favor of FF15, please, in this lane.
Slowly but surely, we see Penguin Job moving into the bot side. Both junglers are here. We're about to see some action potentially, but the shockwave comes out on the Blobby. He's looking for the solo kill, but the orbs are not out. He's going to get knocked away, and the ultimate comes out. The barrier is here. He's going to get ignited, but the flash forward means the kill secure for Tiltproof.
And Tiltproof winning the 1v1 into the counter matchup. You don't see that very often.
You do not see that very often, nor do you see this J4 Hecarim matchup as J4 engages onto Penguin Job's Hecarim. He's going to clear out some vision towards that dragon, but with the bot lane of FF15 rotating up, he's going to go ahead and back off of that one.
Yeah, potentially could have continued if either of the junglers were level 6, but they are going to back off. Penguin Job is going to take his recall.
So here, the spell shield cooldown early is incredibly long. I believe it's about 15 to 18 seconds. I want to say 18 seconds actually, and since CRXN's Grand Entrance is on much lower cooldown, he can actually afford to go in and spam that ability and force out the Black Shield and then go in with a secondary engage, and potentially we might see that here, but it seems like Junior and CRXN are just going to play pretty passive for now as they know Godzilla is backing off of the map.
Actually, at level 1, the Black Shield cooldown is 22 seconds, unchanged by cooldown reduction, so now should be around 19. But yeah, definitely is does not match the Grand Entrance cooldown. So there are windows that Junior and CRXN can play with.
We see a little bit of vision scouting on the top side. Blobby's going to hit that vision cone and actually know now that Godzilla's top side camps are up. It's going to be warded, and they know that he's on the blue buff right now. He's going to go ahead and hand that off to Tiltproof, but they know what's happening now. They know that the jungler's on the top side of the map, and their bot lane can afford to play just that much more aggressively.
0 camps for Godzilla to pick up in the bot side. Interesting to see that we've hit 10 minutes and that neither of these junglers have tried to initiate the Drake attempt. There hasn't really been a kill outside of the solo between Tiltproof and Blobby that would open that up for either team. The jungler Godzilla not able to take advantage of that when that window arrived. So not a lot of vision either being paid to the jungle or to the Drake pit, but it looks like Godzilla might have already started it up for himself.
Yeah, so they saw Penguin Job on that ward on the top side of the map, and they're going to go ahead and start up the Mountain Dragon. However, they suspect this. FF15 Please is playing very wisely, and Penguin Job is actually going to start up the Rift Trail, and they're going to go ahead and trade those objectives. And
I'd like to see Penguin Job try and work this Rift Herald down into the bot lane, getting Starfall and Boguka outside of that lane and able to start pressuring down the mid tower.
CRXN playing a little bit aggressively, but he hits the blast cone, and now Baguga is in trouble. The teleport is forced out from Holy, but he's actually going to get canceled. It's Fox diving under the turret, but now he's in trouble, going to get run down by the Trinity. Flag and drag lands on the Starball, and he's going to get locked inside the cataclysm. The bot lane of FF15 Please goes down as the top lane is a trade of its Fox.
IQ plays being made around the map, CRXN hitting the blast cone, forcing out Boguka's flash, and then the flash forward to cancel the teleport out of Holy means that this top lane play nets them 2 kills in the bot side, but is potentially going to lose them a tower as the Rift Herald gets channeled.
Yeah, so the Rift Herald has been dropped on the top side of the map, and this is actually going to open up the map a little bit for Holy. You know, Tryndamere really loves that long lane, being able to run down the enemy top laner if he has the lead like this, and he does now 1-0 over his opponent. However, in the bot lane, they weren't able to trade this tower. Now, this tower is about 1 1/3 plates down, but you know, that's not exactly trading towers, in the first turn of the game actually goes over to FF15 Please, picking up that kill on the top side and picking up the Rift Herald and dropping that as well.
Yeah, in gold, it ends up even, slightly favoring, 400 favoring Kaiju Gang, but in terms of that play, they actually lost out on gold because of the first turret bonus up in the top lane. and the plates that they're losing in bot lane currently, actually going to force out a TP here.
Yeah, they're going to force out the TP and the lane swap, actually. He's going to get rooted up, taking a lot of damage. And now the Pony Express is here in the mid lane. We'll see what he can do. But the Scatter of the Week does not land. The Flagging Drag is here, going to knock up Blobby. And now CRXN is here. A big ultimate, a grand entrance on the Penguin Job. Means that he's going to go down. Holy has the ultimate available, and he's running for his life. He's just going to make it to the safety of his turret. Actually going to get knocked up one last time. Not going to force out the ultimate quite yet. But now the bot lane of FF15 Please is here and ready to rumble.
Yeah, the gear's just not turning quite fast enough for FF15 Please. They just saw the teleport down from its box, meaning that CRXN and January already lane swapped up to the top side, so the potential of a roam from CRXN on that mid lane play is just not something they were ready for.
And the Black Shield comes out, the Grand Entrance not gonna land, but the Flagging Drag is here, not gonna force out. Oh my goodness, a bunch of damage from Starfall. He's gonna take down Godzilla.
Boguka walks away with less than 30 HP. Game of inches here in the mid lane, but FF15 Please actually went out on that one. Godzilla not having the wherewithal to avoid the trap that was placed next to the tower.
And we actually see KAIJU Gang start to take out both of those outer turrets on the sides of the map. And right before 14 minutes for its Fox and right after 14 minutes for January, so they're gonna get a ton of that turret plating and a lot of gold over in that pocket, as we see the gold lead really opening up for KAIJU Gang at about 1.5k. Actually 2k, I can't do math.
Yeah, the gold opening up for them.
Shockwave comes out though. Starball gonna be taken out as Penguin Job engaged on the top roof. He has nowhere to go. The Black Shield comes onto him. He's gonna try to slow him down, and he might just. Penguin Job forced it back off, but the Cataclysm is here. CRXN engages, and Bokuga is gonna go down. A double kill over the Godzilla.
Tillproof is just living in situations that where it is allowing the rest of his team to just play cleanup. The side of FF15 Please feels like they need to get something off the back of the play, and they force super hard until the flashes in.
Holy runs in on the back line. Tillproof is going to be the first to fall as Blobby lands an excellent Scatter of the Week to disengage this fight, and it's going to force them off of the turret for now as the rest of FF15 Please resets and gets back onto the map.
Unfortunately, after that Scout of the Week, Holy did not have time to hit Q as he was ticking down to CRXN's Ignite. Otherwise, it was potential that he could have lived there off the backside of it, but they do finally pick up Tillproof, and the gold lead stretches to about 3.5k.
Yeah, January gonna almost go down. The minion's gonna take him down, and the shutdown goes over the Blobby as he autos down this mid lane turret. However, Godzilla's on the side. He might look for the Flagging Drag, but does not know that Penguin Job is here. The Flagging Drag does not land. He's gonna get knocked back with the Scatter of the Week. And Penguin Job is here. CRXN gonna land the double knockup with the Grand Entrance. Shockwave gonna go wide. However, its Fox flashes in. The flash back from Blobby means that all members gonna get out alive.
Oh, you hate to see that kind of miscommunication there. The ball being put on CRXN just as he battle dances out, and the Shockwave completely whiffing, and then its Fox goes in, tries to save the engage with a flash ult, and it also whiffs. So a lot of teamfight ults down, and FF15 Please gonna take advantage and pick up the dragon for themselves.
They're gonna pick up the dragon, but they're starting to get forced back right here. And the mid lane turret might be the next target. I'm not sure if Blobby has enough wave clear or mana to be able to hold this one by himself. And CRXN just gonna tank this one, and they're gonna pick up the turret as KAIJU Gang pushes forward.
Yeah, currently the 1-3-1 split the map option that FF15 Please wants to play is not quite online yet. You're still waiting on some items on the Tryndamere. You're still waiting on the map to stabilize a little bit, and KAIJU Gang is just not letting it happen.
They're just absolutely relentless in their push, and the Shockwave comes out. The Grand Entrance gonna knock him out. Penguin Job gonna have to retreat here, but Bokuga's gonna be the sacrificial lamb, gonna go down as they take down that mid inner turret as well. However, in the bot lane, we see Holy pushing this down uncontested. He's gonna grab that one. It's gonna be a trade of turrets as the pause comes out.
Yeah, we see the pause come through. Blobby doing the right thing here and chasing down the low HP and low mana members of KAIJU Gang, trying to give as much space for Holy's push as possible.
And this is exactly what FF15, please. Let's see what happened. I'm curious. So, you guys can't do that. Awarding maybe. It looks like there was an unexpected pause from one of the teams. But somebody's mouse is not working. But let's go ahead and get back to the game and talk about this. So this is exactly what FF15 please needs here in this game to be able to win this one. They're gonna have to play the split push composition. It's clear that they're not gonna be winning these team fights anytime soon, and they're still waiting for these items on Tryndamere, as you said. But that doesn't mean that you can't split push as the rest of the team holds.
Yeah, he definitely can, and if we get to a point where the map is stable for FF15 please, and they can put a vision line up and create some space for Holy's push. Actually, currently, he has advantage in the 1v1 over both Tilt Proof and It's Fox, just with the raw amount of damage he puts out at full rage.
And with the raw amount of damage that he puts out at full rage, it's going to be really hard to match him in the side lane, as we said. And he's just going to be scaling up more and more and more. And actually, as he picks up this turret, he's going to be backing with quite the bit of gold in his pocket at 1320. He's going to actually almost complete his next item, I believe.
Yeah, he will either have it or all of the components of it.
Yeah, we'll see what he ends up backing with. But he's going to go ahead and grab those Krugs right before he backs, as the rest of FF15 please actually push in and pressure this mid lane turret, not allowing KAIJU gang to reset off of that fight.
Yeah, they're definitely not letting them reset. No mana on the two here to defend.
And the grand entrance goes on Penguin Job. He's caught under the turret, and the turret shot will not take him down. The wall charge onto Starball here, and he's in trouble. The Black Shield is here, but now the Dark Chains from Bokuka is going to land on the 4 members, but he's caught in the middle of the enemy team now, and that's the bot lane of FF15 going down. The fight continues as Junior is going to get ulted by the Syndra. All the orbs not enough to take him down. Holy and Blobby are the only ones left here to defend, and there's no major objective for KAIJU gang to press off of this fight.
Yeah, it does end up being a 2-for-1 off the back of that, so KAIJU can be pretty happy with that. It's Fox dying again, not particularly important, as they do pick up the bot lane once again. The bot lane for FF15 please struggling in this one at 3 and 9. They're going to have to figure out some way to keep CRXN from getting these free engages off. The black, as you mentioned in the champ select when it was counting down, the Black Shield can only go on to 1 member.
The Black Shield can only go on to 1 member, and so surprising that we see the bot lane of FF15 please struggling in this game, as they had the favorable bot lane matchup. However, they just weren't able to execute, and with that early gank from Godzilla, and actually multiple ganks from Godzilla, visiting the bot lane means that he's able to grab that advantage for his own bot lane, and they're actually able to press that on and move that around the map.
Yeah, and I expect when we go through to the next game, regardless of the outcome of this one, a higher priority being placed on Jarvan. I expect to actually not see it for the rest of the game.
Shockwave gonna be dodged by Starball. He's gonna use the net and get out. Now Godzilla is gonna go golden. A big poppy knockback is gonna push back 2 members of FF15 and disengage the fight. However, Holy is here, gonna spot out Godzilla taking the red buff. However, CRXN has not been spotted, and the rest of KAIJU gang waiting in the wings here, lying in wait, looking for the next engage. The Shockwave is not available, but a lot of the other CC still is.
Yeah, I don't think S-Fox actually wanted that Poppy ult. They had just gotten the Recon quickness into Grand Entrance on 2 members, and most of the KAIJU members were actually still full with the exception of Godzilla, so FF15 please, maybe getting away with something.
Yeah, they're gonna dive under the turret though. Penguin Job gonna get knocked out, but take down It's Fox right before the Feather Swarm comes down. That's a big one. Godzilla gonna come down in the backside of the fight. Junior the next target, and that's gonna be the ace for FF15. The Baron is up. They might just go for it.
Yeah, the only claim for FF15 please is that Penguin Job was the only member who died, so they won't have their jungler for this one, and a few of their members are low, but I feel like this is going to be one of their best chances. A fantastic fight coming out from them. The dive just a little bit too reckless with all of the abilities being down that you mentioned. No quickness on CRXN, No Shockwave at the time for Tilt-Proof. Cataclysm almost coming up. The Poppy ult that was not whiff, but used improperly in the last fight. Just no major cooldowns for them to execute that dive properly. They're not actually going to go for the Baron. They're going to choose to wave clear out and take their gold, put some vision up, and reset the situation.
The situation is being reset as the Baron vision is going to be reclaimed from KAIJU game. They're moving in and, you know, just grabbing this Baron vision uncontested. However, Godzilla is on this dragon by himself. He's going to be spotted out by Penguin Jaw. Might have to take the flag and drag over, and we're just waiting for it at this point. He's going to do it, and Penguin Jaw actually going to fall over the wall. Does not know that January is there. Going to get rooted up and taken down by the Cataclysm. CRXN going to get the knock-up on the Blobby, and the TP comes out from Holy here. Going to be forced out. However, it's Fox did not TP in return. The smite is still available, but it's actually on cooldown, and the dragon's going to be secured by FF15. They're going to start to be pushed back off of this one. We'll see if they can find the engage.
Yeah, and critically, KAIJU Gang has the inside track on the mid lane. They're going to clear out this wave and either turn onto the Baron with Penguin Job down still for 9 seconds. That is the call. They are going to go for the Baron here.
Now they do have the push on the Baron. It's Fox has the TP available. It's surprising that they're actually calling him down to the Baron instead of pressuring that wave. However, all 5 members on this Baron is going to take it very quickly. They have the Mountain Dragon and that Dia damage. The jungler is slowly coming up. It's Fox going to get rooted now, and now Holy going in. They're looking for the steal, looking for everything they can, but Secure goes over to KAIJU Gang. He's going to take down Godzilla, and they're still looking for the fight. The Shockwave does not come out in time, and he's going to go down. It's Fox, the next target. A double kill over the Holy. A January and CRXN, the last remaining members, flash forward. Gonna stun up January. He's gonna get taken down, and this might be an ace for the ace in the hole. Not gonna continue, and there's one Baron left for KAIJU Gang as FF15 please finds a 4-for-0.
Yeah, a fantastic fight, just realizing that they could keep going after the Baron gets secured by Godzilla. They throw everything and the kitchen sink at the last 4 members. Blobby flashing forward to get the buffered Scatter the Weak stun onto January, allows that kill to come through. CRXN limping away with his life as they push down this mid lane tower. Despite the remaining Baron buff and Baron minions, this should fall, and then they'll have 1 remaining outer tower to deal with.
And it's very surprising that we see 2 back-to-back fights won by FF15. Please, they just have the inferior team fighting comp, but somehow, some way, they're pulling this off and finding picks on the key members, and just misplays from the side of KAIJU Gang means that they're not able to combo their CCs together and land this big wombo combo team fight that they've drafted for.
Yeah, the pieces not falling into place, being low after the Baron, being on the back foot. That's one of the issues that's kind of difficult to navigate for the team fight of KAIJU Gang. It's very neutral oriented. It kind of has to
a big shockwave on the 2 members. The Grand Entrance gonna land on the Penguin Jaw, and Godzilla's in trouble now. Gonna get taken down by Blobby. And now the push forward from KAIJU Gang. It's 4 versus 3. Starfall laying down the traps, trying to zone away the members of KAIJU Gang, and the wave is just not there right now. The siege cannot continue.
Now, they don't have the wave, but they do have the picks. Penguin Job and Bokuka stepping too far to the vision line and getting absolutely blown up by Tilt-Proof Shockwave. Bokuka is trademark, just straight up not having a good time.
Straight up not having a good time indeed as the Scattered Weak lands onto Tilt-Proof. They're going to be pushing for the turret though. The wave's going to get cleared out, and the rest of FF15 please are here and ready to fight. The flash forward from Bokuka going to land onto its Fox. The Dark Chain's coming out. It's Fox going to get stunned up. He's going to get taken down, but not before he takes down Holy. Holy's going to go down, and now both top laners from both teams are down for the count. The Penguin Drop's running in though. He's looking for the count, and now Grand Entrance not going to live. He's going to get rooted up. However, Cataclysm on the backside means that Godzilla's going to get taken out. Junglers traded on both sides, and just chaos all around the map.
Yeah, and members from both teams limping away with slivers of HP. That's how close these fights are. You trade the top laners, then both the junglers go backline 1v3 to stop the fight from continuing and trading their lives for the other members of their team, the carries, the mid laners, and the AD carries. Both super strong places in the game right now, the Syndra notably still has 10 Magi stacks, along with Starfall finally picking up that second finishing item. Both carries from both teams in really strong spots right now. And this game locked neck and neck as we see the gold lead under 1,000.
And we're at 26 minutes and the gold lead is under 1,000. If that doesn't tell you how close this game is right now. Now, the one carry that we haven't been speaking about this game, just the silent carry of Holy, pushing down this bot lane tower now. He does not have TP, cannot join his team, but he is putting down a lot of pressure as the Mountain Dragon gonna spawn in 20 seconds.
Yeah, currently Starfall still sitting in base, potentially waiting on an item to come through. They are playing without their ADC on the map for this dragon spawning here in a little bit, and it's on a knife's edge. The next team fight is going to mean so much for this game.
Next team fight is going to mean so much for this game, and It's Fox is not here. He's pushing in the top lane, and FF15 is running out of time. They need to start the Mountain Dragon right now and force a TP from It's Fox, and they will do just that. They're going to grab the Mountain Dragon, actually not even need to force the TP as It's Fox continues to push in the top side. All members of FF15 are going to start to back as KAIJU Gang tries to get the inside track right here on the mid lane push.
Yeah, but Blobby is already there and ready to defend. Assuming no pick comes through, he will be able to wave clear out. And this feels like a little bit of a missed opportunity from KAIJU Gang. They don't TP in for the Dragon play. They essentially just give over second Mountain Drake of the game for free.
And that's 2 Mountain Drakes and an Ocean Dragon now for FF15. Please, playing the objective game pretty cleanly right now, tying up the turret score and now a 1.2 gold lead. But it looks like they're trying to catch out It's Fox in the top lane here, but he's actually gonna get out. Now we see KAIJU Gang starting to push in the bot side. Nobody's there to wave clear. All members of FF15 are spread around the map right now. And actually Penguin Drop still chasing down It's Fox in the side lane, looking for the kill as Bokuga actually gonna wrap around right here through the Tri-Bush. And CC does not land. A little bit of missed synergy from the team of FF15. It's Fox gonna flash away as the rest of KAIJU Gang pushes in the bot lane. They're gonna grab the inhibitor, and It's Fox actually gonna get away from this one, forcing the backs from FF15.
I don't know about that play. That feels like such a massive missed opportunity for the side of FF15. Please, no point in chasing the Poppy there. You see so many people committed to the bot lane from KAIJU Gang. Not everyone has TP. You just set up for the Baron and go for it as soon as you realize that you're already trading your bot lane inhibitor. Now the bot lane inhibitor goes down for free. They're not in position to start up the Baron, and KAIJU Gang gets a free reset.
They just got so greedy for the pick onto It's Fox, and they didn't even get the pick. It's Fox ended up getting away at the cost of his flash, but now the Baron being started up. 2 Mountain Dragons for FF15, please, as KAIJU Gang starts to move towards the area. The pings are going down.
They might have enough to burn this in time. I don't think anybody's close enough to do anything.
Yeah, nobody's close enough, but the wall charge is here. They're gonna get It's Fox. Actually, he doesn't have flash. There's nowhere to go. And they pick up a kill, and the Baron FF15, please, is back in this game.
KAIJU Gang not staggering their backs after picking up that free objective in the bot lane, loses them the Baron, and on to all 5 members. No team fight even happened afterwards. They just lose It's Fox, who went to check for it. They didn't have any vision around it either. So the lack of macro setup here for KAIJU Gang really hurting their opportunities for this one.
Really hurting their opportunities indeed, as Holy gonna burn the shockwave from Tiltproof. He's gonna look for the kill here, gonna flash in, but he did know that Godzilla is there. The Cataclysm comes out, the ultimate triggered by Holy, and he doesn't have flash to get out now, and Tiltproof actually just gonna take him down.
And as I say, things are going well for FF15, please. Holy goes and does that. A little bit greedy, to say the least, to go for that play onto Tiltproof there with no vision on the map, but the inside track in mid lane with this Baron buff up wave might be enough to break the base.
The members of KAIJU Gang have back now, and they're ready to fight, resetting back onto the map and being forced back by the push of FF15 actually, and now all 4 members are starting to group up. They're looking for the pick here, looking for Godzilla, and they might not find it. They will not. GRLCS looks for the kill. The Black Shield comes out, and a big ultimate from Penguin Jaw. He's looking for one, looking for more, and it's Fox gonna get the double knockup. It's not gonna be enough, not gonna knock them away, as he just knocks them out. A big shockwave on the 2 members, but it's not gonna be enough damage, and Topher starting to zone away the bot lane of FF15, please, and Holy gonna TP in, looking for the mid lane inhibitor now.
Yeah, just a really nice bush camp. We've got the Fnatic strat going on here. They pick up 2 kills, and I don't know if they have enough to hold this against the Baron minions.
They might not have enough to hold this. The Flag and Drag not going to connect and take down Penguin Jaw, and the Nexus is the next target. Game 1 is just gonna go over to FF15, please, in a close fashion, just barely edging this one out.
Yeah, and you can see it written all over the scoreboard. 25-24, only a 5k gold lead off the back of a Baron power play that honestly shouldn't have happened to begin with. I'm really excited for the rest of this series.
I'm really excited for the rest of the series because these teams are just so evenly matched. We didn't see the game blow wide open until a little bit of a misplay from KAIJU game, but right before that we saw a huge misplay from FF15, please, exposing their inhibitor, and you know, they just traded their inhibitor for free. However, with the reset off the map, a big Baron power play, finding the pick onto It's Fox, and just finding a pick and winning the game off of that, the TP off of Holy, able to help them push in, and with the Baron, they're able to take this dub. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break as we go into our second game of the series, but we'll be right back. Can KAIJU Gang bring this one back and tie it at 1-1, or will this be a quick 2-0 for FF15, please? We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to GRLCS Fall 2019 Gold Division. It's our second quarterfinal of the week. We have KAIJU Gang versus FF15 Please. In our first game, we just saw FF15 Please take down KAIJU Gang in an absolute nail-biter.
Yeah, we absolutely did. That series was back and forth. That game was back and forth, and I assume the rest of the series is going to be likewise. We expected the team fighting capability of the comp brought out by KAIJU Gang to win out, but they actually ended up losing some key fights near the end of that game that allowed the both the Baron to be picked up by FF15 Please and the final push to come through for them. So some really nice execution from the side of FF15 Please, and we'll see if they can duplicate that success in the next game.
It just didn't seem like KAIJU Gang could get onto the Syndra, onto Blobby, and Blobby with the Medjais actually coming through big in that game, landing some key ultimates, landing some key picks, and able to end up picking up the win for his team ultimately. Now going into the second game, Legion, what do you want to see in changes for pick ban?
I want to see more focus being placed on getting rid of the key picks in the mid lane for Blobby. I think Blobby has kind of been slept on a little bit throughout the GRLCS gold split, and instead of focusing so heavily on the jungle picks, which both junglers throughout this split have shown their champion pools run deep. Maybe taking the mid laners off of their comfort picks will find some more success for KAIJU Gang.
The problem is with Blobby is that we've seen throughout the split, he's played 9 unique picks. That's 9 games. Nine series to split, and that means he's played at least a different champion every single series, and you just can't ban this guy out. Perhaps you can ban away the Syndra. It was really good last game, and it was a big problem. However, they might just not have the bans for it. The Shen and the Gnar taken away from Fox once again, and KAIJU Gang respond with the Gragas, and actually the Tryndamere take away from Holy in the top lane.
Yeah, and that is another option for KAIJU Gang to go towards that side of things. The Tryndamere is kind of unmatched in splitting potential. There are a couple champions that can do it, but they take a little bit longer to get online. And if you're going to force Fox's champion pool once again towards something like the Poppy, then you want something that can split push against that. Poppy wants to be joining team fights. She wants to be getting the CC down. She wants to be frontlining. She doesn't really want to be stuck in that side lane matchup.
and they know that they cannot deal with the Tryndamere if they decide to go with a tank top, and that's what they've been doing this split. That's the team identity of KAIJU Gang, putting its Fox on either Shen, Gnar, or just any other tank, and they ban away the Ashe again from Starfall, and the Jarvan is up. We'll see if there's a first pick Jarvan from FF15, please. However, they might look for the Zyra Khan or the Morgana instead, something else that is more of a priority pick, because we know both these junglers do play the Jarvan, and as it ticks down, we'll see what FF15 please decide to lock in, and it's going to be the Dr. Mundo for Holy.
I feel like if you pick Jarvan again in this series, you get a run back of the exact same draft where KAIJU just gets Caitlyn Morgana for themselves, or Zyra Khan if they value it higher. But the Dr. Mundo is a bit of a switch up. We've seen Holy play it. It's one of his best champions, second only to the Maokai in terms of games played. So it will be the Cho'Gath response for its Fox.
This is just a head scratcher, honestly. We see the first pick Dr. Mundo on blue side for Holy, and then the first pick response Cho'Gath for its Fox. Now, I know its Fox's champion pool has been targeted in the past, but last game the Cho'Gath was not banned. It's very surprising to see the Cho'Gath pick so early for him, and the Caitlyn's going to be picked up for January this game.
And that's the key point, is so early, as we see Caitlyn gets Junior gets the Caitlyn pick for themselves, and Elise picked up by Penguin Job. Syndra returns for Blobby, and Penguin Job's been practicing Elise a lot recently, so we'll see how much early game pressure he can put out. But I'm with you on head scratcher. If you're going to answer the top lane pick, you would typically see it in the final selection of the first round. When you know the likely top laner is already locked in, you want to pick basically anything else.
The Morgana pickup for KAIJU Gang here is gonna lock in that Caitlyn Morgana, and we'll see now they have to target the bot lane. Will they take away the Zyra Khan from Starfall Baguka, or will they take away something, with more utility? We've seen throughout the split a lot of Sivir, a lot of Jinx, and a lot of Caitlyn for Starfall, so perhaps targeting that ADC pool may be good for KAIJU Gang.
Yeah, it might be, and Starfall Boguka, they're not really the Zyra Khan answer bot lane. They haven't really played that much of either champion in the split, more along the lines of the Sivir and the Jinx, Braum for Boguka along with Morgana. So we may end up seeing something new out of them if the Sivir gets banned away here.
And as the time ticks down, we'll see if the Sivir gets banned. And it's actually going to be the Pyke ban from Boguka, and that's quite surprising. I don't believe that we've seen him play Pyke this split. I may be mistaken, but it's been mostly, Braum, Tom. We've seen some Karma, some Morgana, and a lot of just utility supports. Pyke is something more aggressive that may be out of his wheelhouse, but into the Caitlyn Morgana, maybe it's something that they just have to respect.
Yeah, it's possible. We have not seen Boguka on Pyke before, but they may know something that we don't. It will be the Orianna ban out, despite already getting the preferable counter pick for the Orianna, so maybe just wanting to take Tilt Proof off of something that he has a lot of comfort and experience on.
And here we go, the Sejuani login for Godzilla. This is exactly what we were expecting coming into this series, is a Sejuani pickup for Godzilla, because he's been playing a lot early in the split, then Sejuani got nerfed, but this patch, something key is that Sejuani got buffed once again, and she's back into the meta, boys and girls, and we are going to see it this game.
Yep, it will be Sivir for Starfall as well, looking for the support pairing with that one. It will be the Karma. Boguka brought this out late in the split in a really nice series that they played into Big Fat Int, where the Karma was a very effective support for them. And we'll see the answering mid lane for Blobby Syndra. What is the response? It's might be Tilt Proof's Nico.
Yes, it is Tilt Proof's Nico here, and is one of his favorite and most famous picks of the split. He shows up big on these team fights and actually hard carries on this Nico pick. Now we'll see how he does into Blobby's Syndra, also one of Blobby's best picks, and this is going to be a battle of the mid lane, honestly, seeing who can put out more utility in these team fights.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch the Elise Sejuani matchup as well. Elise, a very potent early game jungler, and honestly, it's probably going to be the jungle and mid laners fighting for this mid lane control. I would expect both Godzilla and Penguin Job to be very close to the mid lane for the majority of the first 15 minutes of this game.
Now, if they're not switching, Godzilla's on Caitlyn with Smite. This might be a little bit of a spectator bug, but might not. Will they switch back last second? Yes, okay. That was a little bit of panic running it down to the wire, and I'm pretty sure GRLCS rules say that you have to switch at 20 seconds, but who am I to enforce this, right? I'm just a volunteer caster. I'm no GR official. Yeah.
I don't know if we have the same rule in that regard as the LCS does, but we'll leave it up to the people whose job it is to police that sort of thing as we wait for the spectator delay to come down.
Yeah, and so talking about this draft real quick, I'm really surprised that they left up Sivir, actually, as they already picked the Morgana. Sivir can kind of just walk into the binding and spell shield it and block that completely for both her and the support. And so they have to wait until level 6 really to be able to go aggressive, but even then you're burning 2 of your key CCs and one of them's getting spell shielded immediately.
Yeah, it is interesting because they had the AD carry ban away in the second rotation. They chose Jinx over Sivir, and Sivir's like the AD carry that you want to play into Caitlyn Morgana. Not only can you block up the binding, but you can also get free mana off of the traps on the ground by just walking over them with Spell Shield active. You get a lot of free wave clear. You don't really have to fight Caitlyn Morgana in lane because you can just boomerang and ricochet. And then go do anything else with your time before the next wave comes in. So it is interesting to see that Sivir is also significantly effective into Sejuani, especially if you're expecting the ult to come your way. You can spell shield that as well. So leaving that pickup might come back to bite them.
It may just come back to bite them. However, with the Sivir, as we said, provides a lot of free wave clear, and so I'm very surprised that they ended up picking a Karma to add with the Sivir. Now, Karma is a really great matchup in Morgana, but what I would have liked to see is more of a roaming support, because you're not really playing the Sivir to win lane necessarily into Caitlyn Morgana. You're just kind of picking it to match. So you are able to wave clear, kind of just block away all the CC. There's no real dive threat. And with that, you can pair a really nice roaming support such as a Blitzcrank or an Alistar or a Thresh, roam into the mid lane and perhaps get some mid advantage for Blobby, or even roam with Penguin Job in the jungle and bully out Godzilla on this weaker early jungle Sejuani pick.
Yeah, it would have been interesting. It's not that Karma can't roam, it's that there's no like hard CC coming in from something like an Alistar or a Leona. You don't really want to take Moby Boots either on Karma. You're definitely playing for the lane and the 2v2. So it is potentially a missed opportunity, but maybe they just wanted a little bit more utility coming out from the support. Something interesting to note that we may see this game is Dr. Mundo really likes running at people, and Sivir and Karma both have AoE abilities that can make that happen. So the front to back engage, aside from getting a Scatter the Weak or a Cocoon, could just be Sivir presses R, Karma presses R, and then E, and Mundo runs at you.
And with Mundo running at you, there's not a whole lot of options from I'm sorry, no, there are a lot of options from KAIJU Gang to be able to peel away the Mundo. However, it's still a Mundo who's running really fast. He can dodge a lot of your CC and still run at you, especially if he's building, Merc Treads, having that tenacity. And he did take the precision secondary, so I bet you he took the Legend tenacity rune to be able to build up that extra tenacity as well.
Yeah, and with his W active, with the Legend tenacity, with unflinching, I assume he has. I can actually check here. It's gonna be it's gonna be interesting trying to keep him locked down. Mundo goes where he pleases, and having 65% stacking tenacity can definitely help you do that.
Absolutely, and he actually picks up Doron Shield into this matchup with Fox. Very traditional starts here from both of the top laners, expecting this to be quite the doozy early, and we see a little bit of an invade from both sides. They're going to be crowding around the bot side of the map, and with the Dark Binding from CRXN, they're going to move forward on this one. The ward has already gone down. They know that KAIJU gang tends to invade on red side, I suppose, and they're just waiting in this pixel brush right here in the river. And really nobody's there, nobody's home, and they're just gonna get spotted out.
A little bit of free poke there. Hi, we know you're here. Please go back home. And they will get that ward down onto the red brush, or the red buff, and some information that's free for them there. There is actually a counter invade up on the top side.
Yeah, but Blobby and Holy are here. They're going to be doing a lot of damage to its Fox. The Electrocute proc comes down, but Tillproof posing as January here. Now I'm going to go ahead and back off of this one. Holy and its Fox taking quite the bit of damage. Both these top laners going to have some trouble sustaining damage. More so Dr. Mundo than its Fox, but no, a little bit to note going into this top lane matchup.
Yeah, it is definitely sustain is the name of the game for the top lane. Both Mundo and Cho'Gath up there with possibly only Vladimir in terms of in-lane sustain for a top lane pick. So that will be a snooze fest, assuming on paper it's a snooze fest. With its Fox and Holy going at it, it's probably not going to be a snooze fest, but definitely not as action-packed as top lane was early last game with Holy going in on the Tryndamere.
Very unlikely to be snooze fest actually, as both these top laners are probably one of the... I think they're tied for highest solo kills in this split. In terms of the regular season, they're just constantly duking it out with their enemy top laners, either getting solo killed or solo killing the enemy top laner. So we're about to see something quite exciting here, as it's not just another tank matchup, it's Holy versus its Fox.
Yeah, and down in this bot lane, things proceeding as we expected them to proceed. Binding will land, and actually a lot of damage coming down to Boguka. The Ignite as well will force him back.
In here for a game, the Tillproof gonna get away with the clone. And he's just gonna get spotted out as he crosses over to the top side of the jungle. And that's exactly where Godzilla is. Now knowing that Elise is here, probably not going to contest that scuttle, but go ahead and go down to that bot side scuttle instead.
And we see, once again, the counterpart to Caitlyn taking the Doran shield. We've talked about it in the last game, how Xayah probably doesn't need it, as Caitlyn Morgana is more the if the poke lands, we kill you, instead of we're poking for the sake of poking comp. But we actually see is this a format?
Yeah, and January is gonna get ignited. He's gonna get taken down for first blood. Boguka is in trouble. Gonna use the Monster Shield to get away, but he is in trouble with nowhere to go. He's just gonna go down to Godzilla.
They notice it immediately and press forward to take January out for the first blood before dropping. And notably, Starfall actually able to flash away from that one. So it is just a trade. Actually committing 4 members on the side of KAIJU gang and losing out on the trade to the tune of 100 gold coming from first blood. And they actually also lose out in the bot lane summoners as heal was burned. Alongside January's flash, Starfall only having to flash away.
And this is the second time this series that we've seen the Caitlyn being forced back early and having to pick up the Cole and really slowing down that item build, that item spike that Caitlyn needs to be able to pump out that early game damage. Although she is an early game lane bully, she still needs items, as does every ADC. And with that Cole, she's going to be very, very slow in getting that. As Penguin Job looking for the gank. Its Fox was ganked earlier. He does not have the flash, and Penguin Job laying out the damage. There's nowhere to go, and Its Fox is going to get taken down. The repel comes out. and Penguin Job runs to safety.
That's a big swing for this top lane. Either Hyper Tank that gets ahead early usually has an easier time laning against their opponent, and Holy not even having to burn his flash on either of those gank assists means that Fox has to respect the Mundo post his first back, because despite both of them being tanks, it is fairly early, and with how much trading they do and they're known for, the potential for a solo kill is just that much higher than it was.
Now we see both these top laners approaching level 6, and that's a key point in this matchup for both the Cho'Gath and the Dr. Mundo, actually. Still a little bit of hope in the bot lane. Black Shield actually comes out, and January now put down to half health.
Yeah, that poke coming through is arguably more potent on the side of Karma Sivir than the opposite. We see Holy popping ult and running aggressively at Fox in the top lane.
Yeah, but Fox kind of has the trade advantage. Holy running in at the health disadvantage, gonna be forced back here. Is Tiltproof misses, but now the Scatter a weak land, and that's an ultimate on the Tiltproof, and the solo kill goes over the Blobby.
And this time, Blobby's the one getting the in-lane solo. Does hit level 6 first. Tiltproof not quite at that mark yet. And that plus the ultimate is enough. Not even having to use the Ignite or Flash or anything.
Blobby getting a little bit of revenge from last game after getting solo killed by Tiltproof's Orianna. Taking a little bit of revenge, picking the Syndra once again and proving that he is the king of Syndra and getting the solo kill onto the enemy mid laner.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, Tiltproof has actually opted for the Glacial Augment in this game, so not as much damage coming out from this Nico as there could be in this mid lane, so very difficult now being a kill down for her to fight back. See the Dragon is going to be backed off of. They're leashing aggro as much as they can.
The Pop Blossom gonna force out the flash from Bokuga, but the Dragon goes over to FF15, please. But it was started by the KAIJU gang, and this is just disaster for the early game of KAIJU gang.
Yeah, it definitely is. You leash the Dragon down to 1200 HP, and you think it's resetting, and then Penguin jumps in the back of the pit and he has Smite and you lose. The Cloud Drake goes over to FF15, please, and they're really getting everything they want in this this early game.
They're getting absolutely everything that they want, and this is just the result of the jungle matchup, I think. Penguin Job versus Godzilla. It's not necessarily the junglers themselves, but the picks that they are on. Penguin Job on this big early game jungler that is Elise. He's been practicing this non-stop in solo queue, but Godzilla being forced onto Sejuani, actually. This is just such a slower paced jungle in comparison to Penguin Job.
And once again, it's the type of, it's the different playstyles of these teams. KAIJU gang have undoubtedly the better team fight, but the pick and split the map comp that comes out from FF15, please, is just such a style that they're comfortable playing. Blobby on a solo kill, high damage capable mid laner, Penguin Job on something that can impact the map, and Holy on something that's capable of split pushing until the cows come home.
And this is just something that they're so comfortable with. As you said, this is their team identity right here. Their bread and butter, and they're not changing the formula for the quarterfinals.
See Penguin Job actually return to the top lane. He's going to clear out some vision.
It's 9 minutes into the game, 1 minute until this Rift Herald spawns. He's going to actually have to path going down towards the bot side of the map because there's nothing really else for him to get here. As a root comes down, but Blobby is here looking for the scatter. We're gonna land and getting the kill on the CRXN.
That's textbook. That's so easy for Blobby to execute that kind of gank. They've got the vision control, the control ward versus control ward, and actually they should have been able to see him. I think CRXN just might not have been paying enough attention. He got the root landed onto Starfall there, and didn't see Blobby roam down. The Ignite, arguably not even necessary, but tossed in for good measure.
Now Cocoon lands onto Xbox. He's gonna flash away, but it will not be enough. Holy gonna land the damage, and Bokuka actually gonna pick up the kill as Tilproof moves up to try to hold the turret. However, the Rift Herald is up and for the taking in about 3 seconds. We'll see what they end up doing here, but it looks like they're gonna be pushing in the top lane turret.
And Bokuka making us eat our words, something Karma's not a roaming support.
Absolutely, and we see the Cocoon go on to Godzilla as FF15 Please is starting to get forced back off of this one. The TP comes out from its Fox, and the Rift Herald may not be started up here. Godzilla's gonna find the pick on the Blobby, but not gonna find the damage. He's gonna be flashing away as a big Pop Awesome right here. That's gonna land on the 2 members, gonna get the shutdown, gonna follow on another kill onto Bokuka, but he might get away right here. Yes, he will. Penguin Jaw gonna get rooted up, gonna take the repel, and Tilproof now in trouble. He's gonna get taken down. It's Fox is here looking for the cleanup. Bokuka gonna root him up, and Holy and Bokuka on the run right here. It's Fox looking for the chase, but the Monster Q comes out. He doesn't have enough damage. He doesn't have the feast available, and he can't get anybody. Gonna get rooted up and taken down right here. It's one last flash, one last auto, and that's another kill over to FF15 Please.
And FF15 Please getting away with murder there. Both Holy and Bokuka dropping to sub 50 HP for those kills coming through, and Tilproof not able to quite finish off the last person. Godzilla not able to quite finish off the last person. Itch Fox comes in as a last-ditch effort and still isn't able to take down more than one.
And this is just so surprising here that we're seeing such a great showing from FF15 Please. They're definitely the underdogs coming into this matchup, and just with the stylistic difference of their early game junglers, as we're seeing right here as CRXN gets taken down once again. The Cocoon is available, and it's gonna land. Will he find the damage though? He will not, as Godzilla's gonna force him to back away.
And this bot lane from KAIJU gang just looks uncomfortable. They look like they're not quite sure how they should be playing the matchup here for the Morgana Caitlyn into Sivir. I can't even say Sivir and Karma because Bokuka has been out of lane for so long.
Yeah, and Tilproof actually gonna get solo killed here by Blobby once again. Now 1 in 3 on the Nico, just not showing up on his signature pick. Bokuka, as we've been saying, just roaming all around the map. And this is exactly what we wanted to see. Starfall just holding the lane against Junior and CRXN, forcing them to stay there and, you know, just slowly wave clearing. It's that Sivir innate wave clear built into her kit. It's just so nice.
Yeah, and there's nothing on the map right now that FF15 Please can't take for themselves. They're so far ahead. They're going to pick up this Ocean Drake for themselves. They've got enough vision around the Rift Herald that I think they know that Godzilla has started it up. See Holy pinging that he's headed over there. They're going to shove in this bot lane, and after Blobby clears this mid lane, I assume they're going to try and move Penguin Job up and take that objective for themselves as well.
There's Penguin Job just slowly clearing out his bot side as Bokuga returns back to the bot lane. Gonna allow his ADC to potentially reset right here. No, he only has 600 gold. He doesn't have enough to reset, so I'm wondering why they brought Bokuga right back down. We don't really need him here, but it looks like Penguin Job is on the chase. He's moving into the area, and they might just look for a 4-man dive right here as Blobby is headed over as well.
Yeah, it could be a 4-man dive. Blobby's ultimate almost back up now. They would have all the tools necessary.
And they find the pick that they need. Godzilla gonna dash away. Bokuga gonna dodge away the root from Tilproof.
And right there we saw shades of the potential that this comp has as a death ball.
Oh, here we go. The Glacial Prison lands on the Penguin Jaw. Cannot get the repel off, and the Plot Blossom lands onto Bokuga. He has nowhere to go. The Ace gonna get tanked up, but it does not matter. He's gonna actually live off this one. The TP is coming out from Holy. He's on the run, but now the ultimate has been popped. Godzilla is the next target. Gonna get taken down. CRXN and Junior are soon to follow. Junior just eating these cleavers. Gonna get slowed down. Starfall is putting out so much damage, and Holy gonna pick that one up. Another cleaver lands onto CRXN. The Black Shield gonna go down, and a double kill on the Holy. He does not care about this turret at all, and he's gonna take down Tilproof as well, and that's 4 kills over the FF15 Please.
Yeah, and losing Penguin Job early doesn't seem to matter for this comp. Holy just running down the low members of Kaiju Gang. And that's what it looks like when you've got this Death Ball running the way you want it to. They actually don't end up needing the Silver Ultimate as it was popped earlier. You just need Boguka speeding up Holy and for him to continue to land cleavers.
So now they know that Godzilla's on the bot side of the map. I believe he showed a little bit to defend that turret, and he definitely shouldn't have, as now this is a free Rift Hero for FF15, please. And they're just accelerating this game so much. They're not letting their foot off of the gas pedal, and it is absolutely showing.
Yeah, they're so far ahead, and they're so good at pushing an advantage that at this point, Kaiju Gang's options are basically farm and avoid fighting at all costs. You need to get items onto January, you need to get items onto Tilt Proof, and you need to find some favorable man advantage on the map where you can start pulling some gold out of these shutdown opportunities you've got. You get 150 up on Holy, 200 and 400 respectively on Starfall and Boguka, and if you can pick those up and some of the standing gold on these low outer towers, then you've got a way back in.
You have got a way back in, but FF15, please, living up to their name and playing such a strong early game, trying to force Kaiju Gang into a position where they're desperate. They need to look for anything that they can, and they're just being forced to farm right now. They're forced to slow down the pace of the game. It's not something that they're used to playing. A lot of their wins this split have not been these late game wins. They've been something that they've snowballed the early game, snowballed the mid game, but that's just not an option for them right now. As the Rift Herald has been summoned, gonna take down that mid lane turret.
Yeah, and this is the way that you force them to get as little gold as possible. You group up, 5-stack the mid, summon the Rift Herald. As we see, you might end up getting a fight. Your Holy flashes away, respecting the option that it could have been Tilt Proof coming in with that Pop Blossom.
And now the mantra, he's gonna shield them up with the flash forward from Godzilla, gonna get knocked back and taken down. Starfall looking for more, moving forward. Black Shield comes out and Tilt Proof taking a lot of damage. Holy looking to dive the turret, but he is not taking enough. But Blobby now flashes forward, gonna pick up a kill onto GRXN. It's Fox now in trouble, gonna have to flash away. The cocoon does not land, and the top lane of Kaiju Gang gonna get away.
And the NA ARAM is in full swing here, but it's actually working to FF15 Please's favor. Kaiju Gang can't get to these side lanes to pick up this gold that's just dying into their towers repeatedly. They can't get any vision out on the map, and you can see just how many control wards there are currently.
Yep, and the Pop Blossom lands caned with the Glacial Prison, and Blobby's gonna get shut down!
Blobby does drop in the mid lane out way too far for his own good. No support on the rest of the map. Is able to trade back 1-for-1, something that Syndra is frankly a little too good at doing.
Yeah, Godzilla's gonna get caught out and going golden, taking a lot of damage, and just gonna get taken down. It's one more auto will do it. Now Starfall on the backside getting chased back by It's Fox, and now It's Fox with the support of his team starting to move back, and they're re-engaging here. Bokuga has found the pick. The spell shield comes out, but it's not gonna be enough to block it, and It's Fox gonna go down as Holy in the top side of the map, just pushing uncontested. There's nobody there to stop Dr. Mundo right now.
Yeah, It's Fox definitely feeling it there as he landed that knock-up onto Starfall, but they just didn't have enough backup for him. It's Fox was out of mana, he got a little bit too far forward, and he drops, along with the Infernal Drake, making the power spikes of the FF15 Please that much more potent.
Now Kaiju Gang is just waiting. They're so desperate to find just one fight to get back into this game. But their Caitlyn just now hit that Infinity Edge power spike. That is not what they need compared to the Infinity Edge and Phantom Dancer of Starfall here. And it's just so hard for them to come back into this game because they're such at a huge gold deficit at almost 10k at this point.
Yeah, it's very difficult for them to find anything. They really do just have to concede the outer towers, turtle up, and if you get the option to contest Baron, do it. But if you don't, then honestly it might be worth not trying to contest it to begin with. If you get picked, as Erickson, we see him almost match the caster's curse there.
almost getting picked there with the Black Shield. Gonna come out just in time and save his life. Now we see FF15 please moving over towards the Baron, and this might just be a 20-minute Baron. Now they don't have any Mountain Dragons to accelerate their Baron take, but it might not matter. They just have a ton of damage overall with the Karma, with the Sivir, with the Syndra, and the Elise. A lot of high damage picks here that they have drafted. They're going to go ahead and not opt to take this 20-minute Baron, instead start to push in these waves, and Holy now setting up the split push against its Fox. And as we have seen, Holy is an absolute menace here in the side lane, putting down the damage onto its Fox, and it's just so hard to match him. He does not care about any damage that you can put onto him. Now they have to pull some members over to deal with Holy, but when they do pull over these members, they're just gonna lose the Baron. Now Tiltproof might be caught right here. The Pop Blossom not gonna come out. He's just gonna get stunned up and taken down. Now the Baron has been started up by the FF15 please. It's starting to go low. Godzilla is in the area for the contest, but he has been spotted out by a ward. Blobby's gonna go ahead and go over and play zone control. The Ace in the Hole comes out, gonna get tanked up by Bokuga. And now the Baron's starting to go low. It's at 5k health. Can Godzilla make the steal? Its Fox does not have TP available to join the fight. They're looking for something, looking for anything. This is their ticket back into the game. And Godzilla gonna get knocked back. But can he find the steal? Gonna go in. Not gonna find it. And the TP comes in from Tiltproof here. Godzilla gonna go down. And Tiltproof landing a 5-man Pop Blossom, potentially not gonna find it. He's just gonna go down. January soon to follow, and CRX10 and January do not stand a chance against his 4-man squad of FF15 please.
And disaster strikes. That might end up being the nail in the coffin. Not only do they lose the Baron, but they lose 4 members. Its Fox stands alone to attempt to defend the base.
And in their attempt to defend the base, there is only its Fox there. There's nobody else to help, and Godzilla slowly but surely on his way. But with this Baron push, they're surely going to grab the inhibitor and start to rotate over towards the bot lane as well and grab that inner tower.
Yeah, inner tower will fall. We'll see if they opt to go for more, or if they want to reset, spend their gold, and really secure the win on this one. It's so their game to lose at this point, up 14k, that they would have to make several misplays in a row to drop the position that they've built up for themselves here.
They have built up quite the position indeed, and now they're taking a reset from Holy. He does not have the TP available anymore, but now taking down that top lane turret. He still has the Baron buff available. They're just going to send him into the side lane and send the rest of FF15 into another part of the map to be able to provide some distraction, as Holy just straight out wins the 1v1 against whoever they send against him. The best member they can send is Tiltproof, and now Blobby is in trouble, gonna get caught up and taken down. Now you see the Dark Binding connect on Bokuga. He has nowhere to go. The Ace in the Hole comes out. It's gonna be secured by Godzilla, and 2 members of FF15 picked off in quick succession.
Yeah, and finally we see some signs of life from KAIJU Gang. They do pick up Bokuga and Blobby in their topside jungle, and Holy may have stepped too far.
Yeah, they have stepped too far in a 2-man Pop Blossom right here. CRX10 flashing forward, does not have the Zanyas though. He's just gonna go down, the reduction come out, and that's just so much healing going over the FF15 please. The flash forward from Starfall, not gonna find anything as he gets rooted up by Tiltproof. He's on the run, but Holy on the chase here, looking for Godzilla, gonna flash forward. Godzilla gonna dash away, but that's just 2 more cleavers away from Dev. He's gonna get out of this one, retreat back to the safety of his base.
Yeah, that healing anti-window, when the Ignite was ticking onto Holy, they couldn't kill him in that period of time, and as soon as you saw the Ignite drop, boom, he's back to full health. Such is the nature of Mundo.
Such is the nature of Mundo, and I'm surprised that we do not see a Warmox pick up. I believe he's going for the Abyssal Mask here, and, you know, itemizing specifically against Tiltproof's Nico, doing a lot of the damage in these team fights. January is not online quite yet.
It's partly that. I also think partly Holy doesn't really care that much about enemy damage. I think he wants to enable more poke from Bogaca, more damage coming out from Blobby. Even his Elise jungle doing primarily magic damage, almost entirely magic damage. So with him in the front line, just making everything a little bit squishier, a little bit easier for his carries with the exception of Starfall.
Godzilla gonna be forced to flash away. Now we see the top lane inhibitor turret, the next target for FF15. Please, as they grab that one for free, and Holy pushing in the bot lane as well, uncontested. They're gonna pick up this inhibitor, and Holy looking for this bot lane turret. Now he does not have the Baron available, and ItzFox gonna be able to push him off of this one.
Yeah, but ItzFox's win here on the bot side is going to be short-lived as the next wave comes through, and now the full 5 members of FF15 Please can focus on this tower and this tower alone.
Tower and this tower alone, they're just slowly getting choked out, and I think this is going to be the last team fight. ItzFox going to get stunned up and taken down. Now Holy running into the backline looking for some cleavers, but being blocked up by minions. Blobby is going to flash forward, going to look for the scatter of the weak, but not going to find anybody. They're on the Nexus turrets now. Holy going to get binded, but it does not matter. He is Mundo, and he goes where he pleases, taking up this turret. Wherever he goes, there will be death sure to follow, and KAIJU gang on their last legs here as they're being pushed in. The last Nexus turret gonna go down fairly soon. They're gonna pick up that bot lane inhibitor just as a trophy, and they're now pushing in. Blobby gonna land a really nice root, and the pop blossom comes in. Will he find it? He finds the kill on the Blobby. Chaos all everywhere. Godzilla gonna get taken down. The repel comes out, and finally Penguin Jaw gonna pick up the last kill as a triple kill goes over the Starfall to end the game, and FF15 Please punches their ticket to the semi-finals.
Really fantastic series being played by FF15 Please. The first game, super close. We saw the dichotomy of styles between these two teams. And then in the second game, Penguin Job gets unleashed on his release. The early game prowess of the jungle, just able to unlock all of the lanes. And they just rolled over them in the second game. 30-10, over a 10k gold lead for the last 16 minutes. Really nice stuff coming out from FF15 Please.
Really nice stuff, and they're gonna have to continue this nice stuff as they face GSM, our undefeated team in Gold Division, in the semi-finals. Now, what do you take of this matchup, Legion?
It's going to be very difficult up against GSM. GSM, as you said, undefeated in the league, and if I think the key thing is going to be if Penguin Job can put up the same, Penguin Job and Blobby can put up the same performance that they did in this game. If Penguin Job can snowball the early game, be it on the Jarvan or the Elise or something else, and you can get Blobby either matching or winning in that mid lane matchup, then it puts so much pressure off of the bot lane. They can continue to just farm out, do their thing, get their item spikes, and transition into that mid game that they're so potent in.
Now, as we finish this series, we have to say goodbye to one of my favorite teams in the Gold Division of KAIJU gang. Coming into the split, they were one of my picks to make it all the way for first place, but they just could not match up against the early game prowess of FF15 Please. Now, I have to give the MVP to Blobby this game, landing some big scatter the weeks onto key members in these team fights and just accelerating the game so much, but a close second goes to Penguin Job and just his early game strength on these junglers that he's shown against Godzilla.
I'm in full agreement for Blobby's MVP in this series. The Syndra pick worked wonders in both games that he got to play it. We saw he was just so on point, landing Scat of the Week, flashing to land Scat of the Week, buffering it. Even we saw in a chase down in game 1, really understanding the limits of his character and honestly outplaying at every turn.
Outplaying at every turn, and he really showed up in this series, but he's gonna have to show up again versus GSM this Saturday, and I believe, let me see what time that game is, just for everybody who's tuning in right now so they can know. Alright, let me find this. I got you guys. Alright, so we see, yeah, GSM Gold versus FF15, please, at 4 o'clock to around 4:30 this Saturday, depending on when the 1:30 match of the Mighty Ducks versus Crabs won. So it's going to be the Mighty Ducks versus the Golden Crabs, and then GSM versus FF15, please. Now, what are your predictions for both of these matchups?
Oh, it's gonna be close. Honestly, the first match, Ducks Crabs. The Crabs have been looking really good recently. I think 2-1 Mighty Ducks. If the Mighty Ducks are able to execute the same way that they've been executing recently, especially they're looking really strong right now. It's gonna depend a lot, in my opinion, on how far ahead Dirty Audacity is able to get in the early game, and whether we will see him off of his Ash pick. As we mentioned, Ash getting nerfed recently, we might see something else out of him. The second game, it's after seeing what they're capable of against Kaiju Gang, part of me wants to say FF15 please can win this series, and I think they can, but the logic in me says that GSM is going to take this probably 2-0.
Yeah,
I don't.
The logic man in me has to say 2-0 for GSM, but seeing this strong performance from FF15 just gives me hope for them in the semifinals, and maybe they can take a game off, and then after that it's just one more game that they need to take off of GSM, and they would advance to the finals and potentially take the whole thing.
Yeah, FF15 please has to come into this series a game at a time. You can't be looking big picture against a team like GSM. If you pick up the first game, ride that momentum like you did in this series. The first game in this series was super close, and then Kaiju Gang just couldn't withstand the pressure. They cracked, and if you can do that to GSM, then you've got a real shot.
Yes, and we will have to be saying good night for the stream. That is all we have for tonight. After a quick 2-0 from FF15, please, and saying goodbye to Kaiju Gang, our third seed actually coming out of the regular season, and a big upset over to FF15, please. We'll have to see if they will continue it against GSM this Saturday at 4 o'clock. But I'm Darren Mark Hames Win here with Legion, and we are signing off. Goodbye.
And just ate so many Vel'Koz Qs and then an arcane comments that he took. So much of this early lane and bot lane for Unlucky Ascension was predicated on you need to actually get a level advantage, or at least have your levels faster than the enemy team. If you have level 2 first... Okay, this could be interesting right here. Sacred Strike and Porkchop going for the fight. Sacred Strike getting pretty low. The second dash comes through. Mantra W comes down. Big heals onto Sacred Strike. Bear is here just as Porkchop gets dismounted. Both flashes come out. The knockup's gonna land anyway. Bear's gonna get the kill on Porkchop, and they're gonna be that's gonna be a kill and an assist for Bear and Sacred Strike. Surprisingly, not the top lane and bot lane are already showing themselves to be a little flip from last, and that's exactly what we wanted to see from Sacred Strike. he doesn't just completely throw balls to the wall.
He's learning the
Yeah, he understands the matchup a little bit better. He tries to type in a less
Oh, they're going in, but knocked up. Talented is dealing a lot of damage to DCDK here. It's P going very low, though. He flashes away. The heal comes out. The Ignite will still pick up the kill, and that's why Vel'Koz is rough against Leona. So much damage. Talented gets low. 2 flashes come out. The kill comes down, going on to Tien Sama. Valencia will pick up the kill and immediately starts to retreat because Otaku is here. Tien Sama still pursuing for damage. Flash ult from Malzahar. That was so he flash ulted so fast that the ultimate animation actually started before the flash animation finished.
funny part was
so he
watching
kind of
him
slid.
slide.
Yeah. If anything, that was maybe like a spectator thing or just. I bet it was a spectator.
I want to believe that
That
Valencia was
Paladin.
sitting there like, yeah, that's not actually gonna hit you. And then just as he dies, just seeing the Malzahar moonwalking toward you.
Such a quick flash art. Nice roam from Otaku. Nice ultimate from Otaku. And Tien Sama becomes 2-1-1. And what started out pretty good for Talented Itsumi that's OP quickly turned sour. DCDK gets a full set of burst on Itsumi that's OP, takes a bit from Tien Sama, and Ignite ticks away that tiny mage in the bot lane health bar.
Yeah, they trade 3 for 1 in the bot lane for Unlucky Ascension, so it does put them about 1,000 gold in the lead. Now, Sacred Strike tried to get Pork Chop's Snarl down.
Yeah, he's poking him down right here. He throws a ward. Sacred Strike's looking to get aggressive. Dash in, if he will land dismounted already. Sacred Strike takes a lot of damage. Pork Chop trying to pursue him. Valencia is here. Pork Chop is rooted and getting low. Nice stun on Bear into the wall. Leona comes in. Talent gets hit with the W. DCDK will pick up the kill with that W detonation. Bear does not want to get too close so that way. It's either so he doesn't get the kill. Tien Sama hits level 6. He's going to ult in, and he will pick up that kill. And down go. It's either so and Talented. Very nice ultimate from Jarvan. Bear gets both Talented and it's needed to be into the Cataclysm. Neither of them have flash available, and neither of them have a way to dash out of it. So even though they have a nice condemn into his own Cataclysm, DCDK has an easy time getting in there, dealing some damage. Tien Sama's able to follow up, and this bot lane is definitely swinging the way we thought it would go in the first place before Vel'Koz threw us for a loop with that kill.
And can I point out, that was a ridiculously serendipitous ultimate, but we've got a gank at the top lane.
Valencia's level 5 only, but Pork Chop's level 7. The ultimate will knock him up. Sacred Strike does not have flash available. Pork Chop needs to try to get remounted, but he was already low in his lead form from the poke from Sacred Strike, so Bear will be able to get him before he's able to remount. Valencia running away, Otaku without flash, unable to get in that Nethergrass range, and Valencia will have to retreat now level 6. Otaku shoving a big wave into the top side. Pork Chop without teleport. Valencia is going to try to get this wave without dying, and it looks like Otaku's going to back to return.
And that is going to be a turret plate going over, unfortunately not to the Otaku, but to no one. No one was in range. And
Always sad.
Yeah, always sad to see it happen. Usually you don't notice it as a player because